Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Anno 1800. Coming at you with more of our Import Island series. Thank you so much for being here. We're coming to you circling above our botanical gardens. And as you can see from our last episode, I have spent some time moving some stuff around, if you will. I was a little bit flummoxed in our last episode, as you can probably tell, trying to figure out how we were going to get stuff to fit. And in between episodes, I spent a couple of hours just kind of moving things around and playing with some different layouts and trying to decide how we could get as much as possible in this area without it feeling like it's cramped in. And also making the decision that clearly we're not going to be able to put all of the stuff in here. And as I thought about my alternatives, I decided that what I'd like to do is cancel the museum for this island and decide, you know what, we'll do something completely different with the museum, and we'll do that in a completely other series in a whole other way. But for this island, what we'll do is we'll do a second botanical gardens in the location that was reserved for the museum, and that way we've got lots of space. We don't have to feel like we're cramped, and we should be able to get every piece for the botanical gardens in the two separate locations. So with that being said, let's get started. What I would like to do today, in addition to messing around with these botanical gardens and starting our second botanical gardens location, which will go up here in this corner here, is I would like to get our public moorings in, because at this point, we don't even have a way for the tourists to get to the island, and that is unacceptable. So let's start with the public moorings and exactly how it is that we're going to make this work. So let's grab the moorings here, and I actually did a quick adjustment to our roads so that it would be centered. Because what was going to happen is I had the road one over here and it wasn't going to be centered, and I'm tired of things not being centered, so I went ahead and moved this road over to centralize on these two and create one more space so that it could be centered. Just like that. So that means we can go like this, and we've got ourselves a nice centered area. And then we've got our university here, which if we put like that will be centered as well. And I don't know if this is going to center or not. That's 5. That's not going to center, but that's going to be as close as we can get it, I guess. Which is still not too bad. Now, the next thing I wanted to do was, essentially what this is this is like the welcoming area, right? This is the area welcoming people onto the island as tourists. And what we want to do is make this as impressive as possible. And then I got to thinking, hey, if we're canceling the museum for this island, maybe we could actually put in, maybe, just a small little museum, just as kind of like an entryway, if you will, to the island. So we have a lot of different options of what we can do here. And I like the idea of putting it in, I would have guessed that this must be the front here, yeah. And I don't know exactly where it's going to go. It'll be something like this. And there's not a lot of room, obviously, but what we can do, actually, is delete a lot of stuff back here. And the reason that we can do that is because we actually don't need it, because the pathway is actually going to turn down into here and around, right? Because they're coming in, and they'll slide out there and slide out there, and that'll be it. Now, I also just thought of another idea. Can we do that, and then do that? And if we did that, would that allow me... Can you put... Yeah, that can go... Okay, good. Not that I'm going to do that. I just wanted to see that we could put stuff in all that area. Okay. So that allows us to play around with some stuff a little bit. Because this will be considered connected. Whoops. This will be considered connected by the roads on the side, but we can still make a nice little entranceway. Looks like that. And of course this is going to need to be connected to a road as well. And my thought for this was that we wouldn't necessarily do any exhibits, necessarily. Although we maybe could do one or two. My thought is we could just do a really nice, impressive amphitheater. Or pavilion, if you will. I'm going to go with amphitheater because I like that. Now, here's something that really frustrates me. Could you seriously not make it so that it centers? Like, if you're going to make one of them 8 wide, then make one of them an even number. Like 6 wide. Make this 6 wide. Because now it won't center, and it's driving me crazy. So now it makes you wonder, okay, do we offset it completely? Maybe we put it... I don't even know what I would do now. That's frustrating. Okay. Let's not worry about that for a second. We are going to need roads connected to this. And my thought is I could do, once again, something like that. That way we have a nice open area here to make a nice big park. If we're 3 deep, that's not too bad, because I can put... Now, well, the question is about center, because I think these is 8 wide, right? So I need something in even number. Pretty sure, yeah. So what I could do then is go 1 on each side. I could go with a fountain on each side, and then something simple up the middle. Or we could go with these. That's even nicer, I think. We could go something like that. And then we have our arcades. We could potentially... I'm not a big fan of this look. What's going on with this? Why do they have these? Is there a way that we could get rid of those? Why is that there like that? That's really quite ugly. Why did they have that like that? It's like such a nice building, and you come out and then you run into this random appearance looking thing. I don't know. That's unfortunate. So the question becomes, do we want to do these or not? Like, we could go something like that. And then what we could do is probably just do something really simple like that as an entrance. The other thought is... I could move these out a bit further. Buy myself a little bit more space so it doesn't feel like it's all cramped in there. We could also put down some flowers. Something like that. And then we could do this. Something like that. That doesn't look too bad. I only have one concern with this, and that is that I haven't left room for the pathway to come around. I almost feel like I need to keep this more simplified. What if I moved these to the very edge? Yeah, I'm not 100% happy with how this is looking. I want to keep this a little bit more open.
Could have taken a riverboat, a balloon, anything.
Yeah, let's go like that for now, and we'll go like this. Something like that. I think I like that more. And then... what do we have? Obviously, we don't have a lot of room. We have more. We have statues. We could go with a couple of statues out in front as well. Like that. And then we could get some flower beds in there, maybe. And maybe a couple of trees. Nothing too big. But just a little bit of... Yeah, I don't mind that. That way there's lots of passageway around the outside.
Could have taken a liver.
And obviously we need these roads. I think I might change where those roads are, though. Just so that we have a little bit of space. Maybe just go like that and then delete this. And then that way we could potentially do something like that. And then we'll continue the pathways up this way here like this. So this would go like this to at least, I guess probably all the way to the end, I guess. And then we could start to put together some ideas for exactly how it is that we'll do this. Maybe something like that. And then what do we have for, we could put in something. That blue is so strong. It's just almost too much, you know? Once you place it down, it's actually not that bad. I don't know. I think I might get rid of it, but we'll keep it in place for now. The question becomes, what are we going to do here for space? Because the pavilion is really kind of the only option. I gotta get rid of this. And I don't really know what I do with it. Like, unless I did two of them, I guess I could potentially do two pavilions. This could just kind of be a music area. What if I did two of them? One like that. Oh, you can only do one per. Module limit reached. Damn you. Alright. Well, well, well. Aren't you clever? So then that makes me feel like what I need to do is kind of... Whoops. Oh, shoot, yeah, because they're connected. Alright, let's delete that separately. Wasn't supposed to take this long to put this together, to be honest with you. I'm kind of not sure how I want to do this. Like, part of me is like, okay, well, we put it off to the side, something like, you know, we could do something that leads out to it like this, and then put that pavilion in the back. Then we could still surround it, and then maybe put a park over here like this, so it would go like this, and then we would put in, let's say, the park, and it won't center anyway. Damn you. No. Something like that maybe is probably the best we can do, and then we can put like a little fence around it. Yeah. And then of course we'll need to doll up the university and stuff like that as well. But what I want to do is I want to move on, because there's other things we need to do today, and those include setting up our second. Oh shoot! Let me think to there. Setting up our second botanical gardens. And what's going to happen is, I'm just going to delete all this stuff on this corner for a minute, and then we can start to talk about what we want to do. Let's see, delete that, delete that. So what we'll do is the road is going to come out like this. I'm just going to run the road out like this and like this for a minute, just for a moment right now. Then, that railroad is kind of annoying. But you kind of have to live with it, you know? And what we want to do is we want to keep it open, much like we did over here with this one, right? We want to have kind of an open in the concept of like just moving in, so maybe what we could do, could we ever do this? Yeah, it starts to look convoluted, plus it's annoying that we've got the Alright, how about this? Okay, I have an idea. So let's go like this. And we will grab... I'm going to grab some trees. I'm going to grab these guys right here. Nope, I'll change my mind. I'm going to go with these guys. Just a few trees to kind of do that. And then the entrance to the area will essentially be... And then we're going to go like this, like this. And we'll grab the end pieces like this. Like that. And then let's go ahead and grab something like this. And then we do have some options for... where are we? Not really sure how I want to do this. Where are the big... There they are. I knew they were around here somewhere. What are the size of these? 4x4, eh? I don't want to take up too much of my space, but I really do want to have a really nice entrance. I was thinking what we could do is something like this. And then these would go straight through like this and like this. And then these... let me think. We could have that close off like that. Let's see what's going on. Botanical gardens. Too bad you can't put them on 45 degrees. Could do something like that. Ooh, 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 baby. Ideas. And then, do we have that 2x2 fountain we could put there? Starting to come together now, ladies and gentlemen. Something like that. Then we could get the entranceway in the side. And I could probably just have this road die off there, I suppose. And then... Or, well, actually, you know what? For symmetry, I could do this as well. But no, I don't like the look of that. No, I don't like the look of that at all. And then what we can do is... we can create something out in front here as well. Potentially a gazebo, maybe? Like that. In fact, we could just go symmetrical around this outside. I'm starting to like this. Now the thing is that this would, I suppose, go to there. And we could put some trees on this corner. And we could try to doll things up here a little bit with something like that. But we want to keep it relatively simple as well. That's too simple, I think. Or is it? Maybe it's not too simple. I feel like we might need a little bit more in there, but overall I think that looks really good, right? And then for symmetry's sake around here, I could definitely go like that. And that starts to look pretty fantastic. Holy cow. Again, I could potentially see adding a couple more little details. Maybe a couple of tables or something. But it feels real nice. There is the gazebos to sit at. There's a couple of chairs here to sit at. Like, it feels... Yeah, it feels like there's definitely enough. And we haven't taken up too much space at the front here that we can't, you know, definitely fit in. Like, there's at least as much room there as I think there is here, right? This is more long, and this is more, like, kind of circular, squarish, right? So, there's definitely going to be enough room. And I definitely like the way it ended up looking. So then that would also mean that we would want to do something like this to continue on that, and then this would go here, and that would go along there. And I don't know exactly how far back there we want to go. Probably just, actually, you know what, this, what'll probably happen is these will probably turn into the edges that go around the park as well, so that actually would continue on. And then we also have some options for, actually, let me just see something here. Close that off. Empty plots. There is room for stuff in here, but I think that starts to get a little bit too cramped in there, right? I think that will be kind of open area, and then we'll do something kind of back in here, because we'll probably want to have, you know, a simple, fairly straightforward look here, and then start to move into our plot. But I really like the way that came together. And it feels pretty open, too. You know what we can do is, I'm going to move this. What the heck? There we go. So we get some symmetry across the road there. And I do like having this finish here, because I like, it creates more of an open feel for, to have like this, have this end here and here, and then it just feels open to the city more. Obviously the train tracks gets in the way a little bit of being able to make it look particularly nice, but there's not a whole lot you can do about it. In the end, I think it looks really good. Yeah. Oh, sorry, I'm just sitting here staring at it because I'm so happy with how it turned out. And I'm not getting a whole lot done. But that'll be that. I think we're happy with it. And then we would probably want to do some, you know, obviously as we get to creating our boulevard more nicely, we're going to want some stuff like that. But boy, oh boy, is that nice. Okay, I'll stop looking at it. I'm sorry. What we're going to do, we have just a little bit of time left here. I wanted to come back down here and play around with a few options just to feel like we've gotten this done. And then perhaps, maybe not next episode, because there's other things I want to move on to kind of keep the series going along. But at some point, we'll start to play around with kind of final versions of how some of this stuff will work. And I've got some empty spaces to put a little bit of park area and stuff like that in. So there's some different options for us on how to make this stuff look better. But I do want to come down. I do want to come down here like this and look at ways to pretty this up. And I'm going to do this. Let's see. We have... I do really like the gazebo idea for the front of the university. And so my thought was, if we can find that big gazebo, is potentially doing one on each side like that as kind of the entrance that way. And then then let's see. Kind of like the idea of having a really nice fancy university down here by the water and kind of using up most of this area. So that would mean going like this. That's a little bit bright. I like the yellows maybe, although we used the yellow already. Maybe the maze? Maze. Could potentially do something with the maze. Center it up like this. I don't mind that actually as a starting point. I always kind of found it difficult to figure out exactly what we'll do with the maze, so it's not bad at all. And then on top of that, I think we're probably going to want to guess maybe garden along here? Maybe a little bit of garden, a little bit of that. No, I don't think I like this color though. I think I like keeping it a little bit darker around here. Trying to figure out a way to blend these together. We have the pathways, of course. Could do something like that out of those. Kind of this pathway kind of continues up through there. Once again, the trees make it really difficult to see what I'm doing. And I really like the idea of maybe some of these cypress up there like this. Sorry, Nate, we're busy, buddy. We'll get back to you another time. And then I tell you what else I like the idea of. Let's do something like this. Let me grab the entranceways. Let me think. Right there. No, change my mind. I didn't realize I could center that. We can center this, I think. Yeah, we can. And then we could go with something like this and this. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm not sure if I want to do the fence or if I want to do the the bush, the shrubs. And then we could do like a fenced-in area with some garden. No, I think I think it's a little bit friendlier to go with that like that, and then we could actually mesh it into here and figure out. Could potentially come something like this, and then it can mesh into that. Can do some garden along the sides, and then a garden at the back here. That starts to look really nice. I think I like it. That gets us a good part of the way there to having a pretty nice university campus, I think. Pretty good stuff. Not bad at all. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being here. That is the end of another episode of Import Island. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've liked the results that we've gotten. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.